We are live at Sex Down South 2024.
Yeah.
And who am I here with?
I'm actually one of the sex celebs for Sex Down South 2024. Just, so you know.
Oh, I don't even know. I know who you are. Yeah, I'm talking about if anybody else who's watching
My
this right
name
now.
is Goody Howard, MSWMPH, because student loans matter. My pronouns are she, her, and boss. And I don't code switch and I cuss a little bit.
All right, can I ask you real quick? I got to ask you about the apron. What's the apron about?
So I am a pleasure professional, right? I'm a sex educator, all things pleasure. That includes pleasure tools and sex toys and sex acts and things. And so I sell like goody gear back here, like the t-shirts, but I also have the bibs because, you're trying to get a little messy, but you got something to do later. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to keep it cute. You can just be like, But I sell a lot of different assistant tech for folk, and this is one of those.
Yeah, I got like 5 shirts because I remember I came here. I got some of your shirts last year before you was heading out, and I was like, "Yo, I want this one, but I think I want this one. I know what size I."
Yeah, we make it happen.
Yes,
we make it
happen. So, how's your experience been at Sex Down South so far? And you're keynote speaker.
I am a keynote. I presented yesterday on Booked and Busy with how to get yourself booked on colleges and with companies as a sex professional, as a SHAPE professional, sexual health and pleasure education professional.
I never heard that before.
SHAPE, yes. That's the name. So my company is SHAPE Innovations.
Okay.
It's sexual health and pleasure education is SHAPE. So that's what we all are.
Yes.
And it's easier than just saying sex all the time. And folks kind of clutch the pearls. And when they hear sex, they hear intercourse instruction. They don't hear the all-encompassing acculturation, right? And all the cultural and social weight that comes with sex and sexuality. So I just say SHAPE because it's easier. And I love words.
And I think people too, like they lock so much in on safety when we talk about sex that they just forget about. They think physical safety. They don't think about emotional safety, psychological safety.
No, and even with safety, a lot of the safety is only centered around certain kinds of sex or sex with certain people, whereas sexual safety is something that you should be thinking about in all our interactions and what that looks like. And if you don't feel safe, or if you don't, I love this because sexuality is so expansive that I only deal with people that is like collaborative and not competitive.
Yeah.
So all of us do something different and bring something different to the discussion and different to the perspective and therefore different to the outreach and different to the education. Yeah. And so I love it because I don't got to do everything. I just got to know somebody to do this shit.
Hey, and that's been my experience with Sex Down South. Last year was my first time here.
Okay.
And I'm seeing so much more collaboration than I am just like all this
So first of all, this is the only place I've been. This is the only conference that I've been at. Everywhere else, you just need to go to the website, askgoody.com, and get your shirts, right? I'm not doing it. I've left my phone. I've walked away from my laptop. My laptop was charging over there. I was over here. I left my phone, went to the bathroom. This is a space where I know ain't nobody gonna touch my stuff because it is a community kind of thing. And I love the conference itself because you learn from community members, but then you also have folks that are like educators and practitioners, and we learn from each other.
Yes.
So there is science and ho shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
I mean, there's also an active dungeon happening right now, and there was a nude parade, and so it gives you access to so many different facets of community.
It does.
So this is my favorite conference.
Yeah, and speaking of the collaboration component too, right? Like, so we're gonna be on a documentary fundraiser, the Sex Talk documentary. Shout out to Naima.
Yes, shout out to Naima.
I wanted to ask because that's centered around Black sexual liberation, and I wanted to just ask, like, what does that mean to you?
So first, I am a words mean things kind of girl. I love language, and it lives in and on people, right? And so I always say freedom is something other people give you. Liberation is something that we do for ourselves, and the fact that that's in the name of the documentary, like that spoke to me. And I feel like what we do is liberation work, helping people get liberated from the limits that they put on themselves and experiencing pleasure. My whole tagline is connecting people to pleasure with confidence. So I think it's a gateway for people to maybe start conversations to help to liberate themselves. Maybe they're not ready yet, but it'll at least give them some ideas and perspectives and plant some seeds for trees that we're never going to sit under. Right, but it's a movement, and so I'm excited just to participate.
Yeah,
I hope I'm in the documentary. Look, when we make the documentary, I want to be in the Naima.
Yeah,
I want to be in the documentary. Yeah.
Yes. Well, September 12th, you'll be able to hear from Goody. You'll hear from myself as well. September 12th from 6 to 9 Eastern time.
I was saying time zone.
Yes, Eastern time. And you can register for that at the site spfpp.org. We have a link. It's big as daylight. It's above where it says home for a Sex Talk documentary fundraiser. We're just shooting for a goal of 6K so that we can get this documentary to assist, just more, have more of that representation of Black sexuality, Black sexual liberation as well. I didn't have a roadmap at all getting
Right.
to
We
this
are
place,
building
right?
the plane on the flight.
That's the best way to put it too. But yeah, thank you so much for your time, Goody. I look forward
Absolutely.
to seeing you at the documentary too, and
Absolutely.
hanging out with you here. You got your website in there too?
I did.
Instagram?
No. Okay, so if y'all are looking for me, my name is Goody, and everyone asks Goody things. So I'm Ask Goody. Anywhere likes can be clicked. All the social media platforms. Now I may not be active on it, but I got my name on it. I am not snapping or chatting, but I'm over there. You know what I'm saying? Branding is consistent. So Ask Goody everywhere.
Yeah, and then if you want one of these bibs, you can come over to the table and say hi if you're here in Atlanta for Sex Down South. Shout out to Marla and Tia for putting this together.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Ooh.